I'm on vacation, so this PrizePicks video is going to look a little bit different, but that's not going to stop us from building another winning entry. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say higher or lower than any of the numbers you see on the screen. You slap a few of them together, and you can make some very real money. They'll even give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do to get that free money is go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, use promo code WWP, and then they will give you $50 instantly that you can use. The only thing you need to do is build yourself a nice little $5 entry, which I'm about to give you, and then they will give you $50 instantly in your account that you can build whatever you want with. That's wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. The promo code is WWP. Get the $50 free. Let's go ahead and build an entry. It's going to look a little different. I have to use the app instead of the website because of my technology setup right now, but let's jump into the app and we'll go ahead and build an entry for UFC Nashville. When you come into the app, it's a little bit of a different experience than the website, but if we start with popular, it's just showing you the lines that a lot of people are loving to attack, and we're actually going to jump into one of these. We're going to go the more on 4.5 minutes for Teixeira. I think there is a little bit of starstruck. I think there's a little bit of cage fright. I think there's a little bit of just frozen in the moment. It's his first ever main event. We all know Derek Lewis is not a fast starter. Outside of that one flying knee that defied the laws of gravity and physics, Derek Lewis is typically just waiting for you to come to him so he can land that big shot. Teixeira is mostly an aggressive striker, but in his first ever main event on this card, I do think there's going to be a little bit of staring, a little bit of just too tentative to engage. He knows how dangerous Derek Lewis can be. So I do think we get out of the first round here. We don't even quite need that. We just need more than 4.5 fight minutes. So I do like that line here. Also on the popular side of the house here, we got Wonderboy's strike line. I love the less here. I do not see Wonderboy landing 40.5 significant strikes. If you go through his fight history, that's not a number he gets to. It's just not. Even in his last fight. His last fight was as ideal of a fight as you can get other than getting knocked out. Wonderboy was winning all the striking exchanges with Joaquin Buckley. He was controlling the range. The karate style was frustrating Joaquin Buckley. And then, yes, he got knocked out, but he got knocked out late. And he was not going to hit this 40 significant strikes, even if he didn't get knocked out based on that line. I think what's going to happen here is Wonderboy is going to be touching up Vitor. Vitor's going to get frustrated with the range, and Vitor's going to shoot a bunch of takedowns, which will keep this strike line low. Even in decision wins, Wonderboy's not landing this many strikes, and I don't think he's going to win here, so we're definitely going to do the less there. I'm not touching Junior Tafa, Tuco Tucos. I'm not touching the Chris Curtis line, cutting all that weight for the first time in his career. What I do like here is the more on Mike Davis takedowns. I think he will get more than 2 takedowns here. Mitch Ramirez has some solid submission defense. He's a good enough grappler in his own right, so I don't necessarily think Mike's just going to take him down and submit him instantly. So I think we're going to get a couple of takedowns out of Mike Davis, hopefully 3. And I think Mike Davis will end up probably winning a decision here, but if he finds a finish, he finds a finish. I think it's after 2 takedowns. So we're going to do the more on the takedown line there. I'm not touching the Calvin or Steven Garcia. There's a lot of situations there. If we look at Morgan, we're going to leave that alone. Valter Walker, I want to do the over 1.5 takedowns so badly, but the reality is he might only need 1. He only needed 1 in his last couple of fights with those heel hooks, so we'll leave that alone. Fatima Kline, if you want to go under on the 14.99 fight minutes, I think that makes a lot of sense because I do not see Fatima Kline. I could see Fatima Kline getting a finish here. I don't see her just camping out on top. She sort of gets those takedowns, elbows you, and then as you cover up, she finds the submissions. Her opponent does have good submission defense. A lot of questions there. But what I do love here is the Max Griffin less than a half of a takedown, meaning I don't see him getting a single takedown this fight. Max isn't like a spammy wrestler, so the fact that he has a takedown line at all is surprising to me. And Chris Curtis has some of the best takedown defense you're going to get. Quite literally, some of the best takedown defense you are going to get in not only the division, but the sport. I understand Chris is coming down in weight. That's a bit concerning. But if Max wins, he's going to knock out Chris. He's not going to take him down. So I like the less than a half a takedown here on Max Griffin. Gabriel Bonfim, we're going to leave that one alone. We already did the less on the Wonderboy strike line. The Kennedy and Nzechukwu fight, we're going to leave that alone. And the rest of these lines are just too tricky for me. Gabriel Bonfim might not need 3 takedowns. Certainly if his line was a half a takedown, I'd be all in because he's going to get them. But let's just take a look at this lineup. This is what we're going to stick with. We're going to do the Tallison Teixeira more on the fight time, the Wonderboy Thompson less on the significant strike line. We're going Mike Davis more on his takedowns and Max Griffin less on a half a takedown. My two most confident, if you just want to do a power play here, the two most confident are the less on Wonderboy and the less on Max Griffin. If we just let this ride as a power play, we will 10 times our money. $10 in gets you 50 out. If we want to do a flex play, we'll 6 times our money and we'll still get paid if we end up losing a line or two. Guys, this is the entry I'm going to rock with. If you want to go ahead and build your own entry, just get your free money. Go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. Use promo code WWP.